guys, welcome to another video with Travel to Yazoo. I'm Megan. Today we're going to do something a little different today. We're going to actually insulate the portion of my shed that I use as a barn. Now, I'm not going to do your traditional insulation. I'm going to do something different. I want to see how this works out. I had tried it a little while ago for one of my pigs, and I just kind of threw it together really quick. I used staples, I didn't use nails, so it didn't hold up and the pigs just kind of destroyed it. This time, I'm going to redo it. I'm going to put it up higher so it's more flush, and I'm going to use big-headed nails. So, I'm going to show you guys what I've got started, and I'll explain to you what it is I'm going to do. So these are basically thick foam heat reflective sheets. I got a whole bunch of these for free from a renovation. These were all taken out of somebody's basement. They were redoing the basement, so I got them all. The way they are is they're like this on the back. So it's like a foam. It's probably like, I don't know, like half an inch thick. It's not much, but it's enough. And then it's like that on the front. So once I have this done, this is going to be around the whole inside here. And it's going to act as reflective heat. So what that means is that when the animals are in here, so goats, pigs, chickens, rabbits, whatever I have in here, when they're all huddled up together, their body heat's going to reflect off the walls and it's going to keep the inside of this area warm. I am in East Coast Canada, so we do get cold here. We get all the way down to, negative 20 Celsius, so it gets cold here. These animals I have, they don't need insulation. They just need somewhere that's away from drafts and the elements. Which this little barn is exactly that. It's all closed up. This is a door, it opens so they can go out into the run. But at nighttime, it all seals up nice and tight. So it prevents any wind or anything like that from getting in. Now, with that being said, you can see it's not perfect. There's a little bit of area where it doesn't, where the light comes in a little bit. So what I'm gonna actually do is I'm gonna actually take some of this foam and I'm gonna cut it and I'm gonna line the inside here. And I think that should make it tight enough so that no air or anything can get through. So as I said, these animals only need protection from the elements. So no drafts, no snow getting on them, no rain getting on them. But I have the opportunity to add some extra warmth for them, so I might as well, right? We're only late November here, so it's starting to snow. There is some snow outside, so I want to get this ready. So basically, to make this work, I'm going to start by lining this. I have a whole bunch more all the way across the wood. I'm going to leave here and here open for right now, but we're going to go all the way across. I'm starting it up high because the way that I built this piece of here is higher up than this. So I have to make it so it sits flush on this, or it's going to be too easy for them to push. Because if I push on this, it can break, right? So that's what I'm hoping I can avoid. So with that extra space down there, I plan to fill the bedding up quite high. I'm going to put enough bedding so that it goes over top of this lip right here. That way with the animals, they'll be less likely to kind of pierce it. I don't know if it's going to work. We're going to try it. And if it doesn't work out, then I'll look into actually insulating it next year. Like I said, the animals will be fine over winter in here, whether it's insulated or not. So we'll give this a try, and I'll get right back to you guys, and I'll show you the final product. Alright, so I got the second sheet up, and there is something I want to mention that I've been doing with this. When I'm putting the nails in, I'm not putting them tight. I have room so that this can still kind of move, and my theory with this is if I put it really tight, it's going to be more likely to rip, right? I put the ones on the bottom a little bit tighter so the animals won't get caught on it or anything. Again, this is just my theory. I don't know if it makes a difference, but that's what I'm doing. I also will have some tape. Proper tape for this stuff that I'll tape the seams. So everywhere there's a seam, will get fully taped. So let's keep going. Alright, so I got this side pretty much already done. Like I said, I still have to tape up the corner and tape up that. Really what I should have done is had that so that this part went onto the seam as well, but then I would have had to cut an extra piece, and I just kind of did it this way. I did put nails all the way down. I didn't go crazy, but I put enough to hold it. So every kind of stud has about 6 or 7 nails in it. Speaking of studs, I should mention that I know this is not built correctly. The studs are supposed to be this way. When I built it, I didn't realize that, so lesson learned, it doesn't make a difference. Like, it just kind of looks worse, but it still holds up well, so I'm not too concerned. But I did learn that they are supposed to be all this way, all sticking out this way. I did it all except for these sides. Alright, we get the other side up. Now, of course, when you're hammering this in, there's always the risk that you're gonna miss. And I was doing great, and then I missed and put a hole in it. So that's fine. That's not a big deal. All I'm going to do is when I get the tape to tape up all these seams, I'll put some extra tape over top of that, and that should be fine. It's low enough that the bedding's going to be high enough to cover that, so I'm not too worried. And I'm actually noticing a difference in here, just from me working in here with these radiant heat things. If I get down nice and low, you can feel the warmth kind of circulating, so that's really good. I'm only planning to go to this height right now. I have enough, I could probably do the whole thing. But I'm not going to go through all that effort until I know this actually works. So we're going to finish up this area right here. And then I'm going to finish up over top here. I'm going to finish the little sides. And then I'll come right back to you guys. Alright. So I finished it over here. I went ahead and added a couple pieces to kind of tighten up the door. So now when I close the door... it sits much tighter now. So I wanted to go all the way up, but I couldn't. It's not uneven the whole way up, so I couldn't do that. But there's a whole lot less draft coming in here. Makes a huge difference. And I am going to put that on top of the door too, so that's what I'm going to do next. There we go. Door is done. My knife is really dull. I need to get a new knife, so it kind of ripped in the corner. But when I get the tape, which by the way, it's aluminum tape I need, I'll be able to fix that up. So that is all good right there. It's pretty airtight now. Like I said, I can't really put more stripping up the side because the door won't close then. I also can't do this here because when the door opens up all the way, it goes up into that area. So I can't really insulate it there either. But I'm happy that the door works. All is good there. I just have to give it a little push to kind of put it in. And like I said, once all the aluminum tape is on, it's going to be a lot better. Now, I'm actually also going to put some on this door. This is the door that goes outside into my yard. I'm going to put some across this door too, all the way up to under the handle. And then this whole thing, when it's all closed, it'll all be reflective heat on the inside and nice warm bedding on the bottom. So I'll do that, and then I'll show you guys that. There we go. I got the door on. By no means is this pretty. I'm not going for aesthetics here. I'm just going for a warm winter for my critters. I still need to have airflow and ventilation, so that's why I didn't cover this entire area. It still needs to have ventilation throughout it. I also do have a little window up there as well. So it turned out pretty good in terms of functionality. I'm really hoping it will work. So the next thing I'm going to do, it's like storming right now, so when it's not storming, I'm going to go get some aluminum tape so that I can finish this, tape it all up, and then put the bedding down. So I've got a lot of seams I need to tape up. I want to tape up all the corners so the animals won't chew on it. That's really important because it's foam, so you don't want them chewing on that. So it's really important I put tape all across the corners where they could potentially chew it. Alright guys, so it is the next day. I got my aluminum tape and I started taping up all the seams in here. So this is so far what I've got. You can see the tape down the seam there. I'm just about to start this seam right here. So I'll finish up all the seams and then I will show you guys. Alright, there we go. All the seams are taped. I also went ahead and patched that little hole. You can hardly even see the tape. Obviously, it's intentional. It's aluminum tape. Last thing to do is use duct tape, because aluminum tape won't stick to wood. This duct tape should, to just finish off these seams. That way, they're unlikely to chew on it. Alright, there we go. Seems to stick pretty well, so we'll see how long it lasts. Next thing to do is just sweep out this whole thing, because there's all kinds of junk in here. Throw out all the trash. There we go. It's all swept out, ready to go. So next thing, I'm going to add bedding. That's going to happen in 3, 2, 1. And there we go. All the bedding has been added. I added 3 40-pound bags of shavings. And that's because it's getting cold, it's winter, so I want the bedding to be nice and deep. I still have to add in a few things. But right now, this is great. It's a good, 6-7 inches of depth. It's already nice and warm in here. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'll definitely do an update in, once I have some animals in here, I'll do an update and let you know if it's working, if it's not working, and we'll go from there. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video.